Well, hello everyone. Good evening and welcome to our 5th and 6th grade in Middle Fiddles concert. We are so excited to get to perform for you live and in person. This is really exciting. If you haven't met me before, my name is Mr. Mosley. I teach the middle school orchestras here as well as the 5th grade orchestras at Campbell and Lincoln Park. We also have over here Mrs. D. Rose. She teaches our high school orchestras as well as the 5th grade orchestras at Ross Park and Churchill. All right, so we're going to start this evening with the 6th grade orchestra. This is extra special, I think, in some ways for them because they have not been able to have an in-person concert together since December of 2019. If you think about it, yeah. So last year when they were 5th graders, they got to have their December concert, their first concert, and then we had to shut down for COVID from there on. We were planning to do it in the fall, but we had to shut down again in November before we got to do that too. So they are very excited. They actually, just this morning, rehearsed together as a full ensemble with all of them at the same room at the same time for the very first time this year. So, with that in mind, we are really excited to present to you our first song called Fancy Fiddles. So we know that one of the things that our fifth graders are embarking on, very soon, believe it or not, is going to middle school. And in fact, I know that the Campbell and Lincoln Park students will be visiting the middle school tomorrow, taking some tours, and then I think it's next Wednesday that Lost Park and Churchill get to come and visit. So we have some sixth grade orchestra students that just wanted to share a few words for our fifth graders about what middle school orchestra is like.
Dear MSMS 5th grade orchestra student, hi, my name is Olivia Green, and the reasons why I think you should stay in orchestra for next year, and some reasons why I stuck with orchestra is because you get a lot more sheet music to work on that are really cool. You get multiple concerts, and one you get to do with 5th graders. When you start your weekly music, you get candy if you play as a solo for the class. These are just a few reasons why you should do orchestra next year, and there are many more if you keep on with orchestra. Have a great rest of the year. Sincerely, Olivia Green. P.S. Mr. Mosley lets you off the hook easily if you have a big assignment you need to finish.
My name is Ella Trowbridge. I really like 6th grade orchestra because you get to play more songs and you get to go every day, which is nice because you get more practice on your instrument. 6th grade orchestra got better because I got to meet some new people and I got to see people who I haven't seen in a while. I'm a part of the orchestra because I really wanted to see and learn to play in the orchestra. When I did, I really enjoyed it and I want to continue playing it.
Hi, I'm Owen Targa, and I'm going to tell you a bunch of reasons why you should stay in orchestra for 6th grade. It gets a lot better once you get in middle school. You get to have it every day in a normal year, instead of just twice a week. What I love about orchestra is you get to play with a bunch of different people. I'm a part of the 6th grade orchestra because I love playing my instrument and I love music. So why not stay in orchestra for 6th grade?
My name is Shane Thompson. I think orchestra gets better in middle school because we get to learn more techniques. In middle school orchestra, we also get to have more classes to practice songs. I'm part of the 6th grade orchestra because I prefer string instruments over any other instrument. We also get to learn cooler and longer songs, at least in my opinion. I hope you all join the middle school orchestra in the upcoming year.
Hi, my name is Guru Rajkumar and I love orchestra. I wanted to join it in 6th grade because I love music and I wanted to meet new friends. In 6th grade, you get to play music that sounds so much cooler than what we play in 5th grade. Plus, you get to play with the entire orchestra every school day. You also get the option to join Middle Fiddles. It's a lot of fun as we get to play Irish and English fiddles and tunes. As a bassist, it's really easy and cool to play and listen to the music. We have concerts and an event called Fiddle Festival in Middle Fiddles. I hope you all join the orchestra next year.
The 6th grade orchestra has one more piece then that we're going to play as just the 6th grade orchestra. It is called Resolution. So the group of students that we have here in the back of the gym is what we call Middle Fiddles. Middle Fiddles is a group that is open to anyone in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade orchestra. We have a combination of all of these here. It's an extracurricular group, so we meet typically on Saturday mornings, although our last couple we've done after school ones these past couple weeks. And we play fiddle music, Irish, Celtic music, some American fiddle music as well. So we'd like to play a few tunes for you this evening. And for those of you who are not, and haven't gotten to see it before, this is what Middle Fiddles is all about. All right? The first song we're going to do is called Silver Spear. Thank you so much. So as you saw, we had some soloists. I want to recognize those people: Raylan, Carolyn, Emma, Jassy, Lily, Eli, and Ava. How about another hand for them? I also realized we usually stand up, and I forgot to tell them to stand up. Islands of Euless, do you want to stand up? Yeah, stand up. Okay. The next tune we're going to do is a little bit slower tune. It's called Lilting the Banshee. Thank you so much. I would be remiss if I did not recognize two adult volunteers back here who sure do help us out a lot with Middle Fiddles. We have Dave Bialik and Dave Close. They've been doing this for more years than me, so I appreciate them very much. If you guys can give them a round of applause. We have one more set of tunes left for Middle Fiddles. We're going to put together Lanigan's Ball and Swallowtail Jig. And as you'll see with Swallowtail Jig, this is one that we like to kind of see how fast can we go. So here we go. so much. At this time, I'd like to invite Jen Creed, who serves as the Vice President of the Mona Shores Orchestra Parents Association, to share a few words with you.
Thank you, Ms. Rosley. It is my privilege to speak to you about the Mona Shores Orchestra Parent Association. MSOPA is a parent organization comprised of all parents and guardians with children involved in the orchestra program here at Mona Shores. MSOPA's mission is to support the orchestra program through its fundraising efforts and by providing volunteers for orchestra events. Our fundraising efforts have funded summer music scholarships for students, allowed the directors to bring in supplemental instructors as needed, and provided funds for the purchase of needed equipment and music. Our volunteers serve at various orchestra events, such as concerts, festival performances, the Homecoming Tailgate event, Roosevelt Park Days Parade, Fiddles Fest, and we even get to serve alongside the choir parents at the Singing Christmas Tree performances. We have a governing board that meets once a month to discuss the needs of the directors and students in the program and to brainstorm ways to meet those needs. And quite honestly, we need you. MSOPA would like to extend an invitation to any of you who may be interested in taking an active role in the organization by attending board meetings or simply registering to be a volunteer. I will be available after the concert if you would like to hear more about these opportunities. On behalf of MSOPA, I thank you for coming tonight and for doing all that you do to instill a love of music in these kids. And please join me in thanking Mr. Mosley and Mrs. Jerose for their tireless efforts in building this program. Not many schools have what we have here, and it's all thanks to the work that they do. Thank you.
Mrs. Creed just reminded me of something that to take back what she said. I hope I get the statistics right. Mr. Boyden, who is one of our high school band directors, we had a performance for the 6th graders and the 7th graders today, just here in school. There is an organization called NAM, the National Association of Music Merchants, and they have a program where they recognize outstanding communities for music education. We are very fortunate. In the state of Michigan, there are about 500 school districts. And out of those 500, there are 15 that are designated this year as an outstanding community for music education, and Mona Shores is one of them. So that's the thing that all of us do. We would like to move on to the 5th grade orchestra. You guys ready? So, we're going to pick up with the 5th graders right where we left off back at our concert a couple months ago with Frere Shaka. In a round? Okay, sounds good. I mentioned earlier about the 6th graders have not gotten to perform or to rehearse together until this morning. The 5th graders have not gotten to rehearse together at all, other than our last concert. So kudos to you guys. This is the first time we get to do it all together. Our next song is called Pile of Cabbage Down. We're going to kick it off, I think, with our bass player, who is a guest musician from the high school, Matthew DeRose. Next, we arrive at one of the songs that we always have a lot of fun with each year. This is called Can Can. Perhaps you've heard tell of the How Fast Can You Can Can competition. That's looked a little bit different this year, but we do often have fun with seeing how fast can we go on this one. Tonight, we're going to go comfortable tempo, though, to make sure that we don't leave anybody behind. Now we turn the page and we reach the point where we get to start learning G string notes, so brand new set of notes. And to show that off, we have first our G major scale. And that's not really all that exciting, quite honestly. So, here's Baba Black Sheep, a song that uses those G string notes. we come to a song, one of our first songs in 3/4 time. So 3 beats in a measure instead of 4. This is called French Folk Song. Skip a couple pages and go ahead to where we first learned some new fingering positions, new notes. So up to this point, we've always played F sharp on the D string, but now we learned there's a new note called F natural, which means violins and violas are putting our second finger next to our first finger. Cellos are using their second finger instead of the third finger. So this song is called The Spy Guy. And then we learned that the exact same idea also applies on our A string when we learned C natural instead of C sharp. So to demonstrate that, we have a song called Chromatic Moves, or Campbell Lincoln Park. We decided that since there's a spy guy, we sometimes call this one Spy Girl. So we've learned F sharps, F naturals, C sharps, C naturals. Now we have a song that kind of incorporates a little bit of both. This tune I'm sure you'll recognize, it's called Bingo. Mrs. D. Rose, do you know if anybody has a birthday today? Ooh. Excellent. I understand. So the next song is called The Birthday Song. We'll dedicate this to anybody who has a birthday today, or yesterday, or tomorrow, or this week, or whenever. So a little while ago, you remember we learned the G string notes. We still have more strings to learn. So now we reach the point where we get to learn the C string notes for our violas and cellos. They're the ones that have C strings. So as we play the next song, listen for some lower sounds coming from that side of the orchestra. This is the C major scale. We have one more tune at just the 5th grade orchestra. This song is the first time really where we do a song that has individual sections. So it's called Listen to Our Sections. You'll hear the violin separately, the violas separately, the cellos, and even the bass separately. So here's Listen to Our Sections. So that is where we leave things off for now with our 5th grade orchestra. More to come at our next concert, hopefully. To close out the concert, we want to do something that involves everyone. So you'll see 6th graders, 5th graders, middle fiddles are going to join us too. This song is called Rockin' Strings. so much, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the concert. We appreciate all of your support for these students. They are such a joy and a pleasure to work with. I could not ask for a better job. All right? For dismissal, thinking maybe the easiest thing would be let them pack up and come to you so that we don't have big crowds here. And then we would ask if you please try to take conversations and such outside just to make sure we're observing good social distancing. All right? Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.